Good afternoon. Welcome back to Talk TV. I'm David Bull. Thank you very much indeed for your company. Just 1 hour and 40 minutes to go until this big debate between Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss here on Talk TV. Of course, tension is mounting, and I think the two candidates have an awful lot still to play for. As I said, the ballots go out on the 1st of August. I think many people will vote early, so many of these hustings that are being held throughout August, whether they will count remains to be seen. Now, we've heard over the last week that actually you can vote twice. So you can vote by post and then you can vote electronically, and of course they will then count the last one. So the question I'm asking today is, clearly we saw some clear blue water between the two of them. I thought in some ways Rishi Sunak did very well. I think Liz Truss did very well. I think they both have a lot to play for. But in tonight's debate, what would you like them to say? What questions do you want to put to them? Let me know. 0344 499 1000. Text the word talk in your message to 87222. You can also tweet us at TalkTV and tweet me at Dr. David Bull. This is an interesting one from Dan from Kent. David, I can't help but feel Rishi is using this as work experience for running for the American presidency at some point. I wonder how long he will stick around if he loses. So on the first point, he had a green card for the United States, but you actually have to be a national-born citizen. You have to be born in the United States to be president, so that is not possible. Your second point, I think, is very valid. Quite how long he will stay around if he loses remains to be seen, and I wonder whether he would work in cabinet. He said last night he would under Liz Truss, but the question is, would he really do that? This is from Mr. Steve. He says, I want to hear Sunak say, I can't win. I'm handing the job to the Foreign Secretary who is more respectful, honest and loyal than me. I should have put the UK before myself. I'm now going to America. So again, a similar theme. Jane, thank you very much indeed for your message. Jane says, hi David, so many questions. Immigration, digital ID, cashless society, Brexit. Why don't they just listen to voters? I wouldn't have enough time. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go and talk to Thomas now in the West Midlands. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Are you okay?
I'm very well, thank you very much indeed. So, obviously, big debate tonight, 6 o'clock. Very excited about the whole thing. What would you like to put to the two candidates?
Well, I think the main thing would be immigration, I think.
And what exactly would you ask them?
Well, how are we going to stop it?
Right, and so do you not feel that we've talked enough about this yet in the debates? Do you think that this is the elephant in the room?
To me, I think immigration is covered up. I don't think the media covers it enough. They don't show us every day who's coming across. We don't see the boats that are coming across. I think, to be honest, the media covers it up because we know we're always against it. You know, these people. If we've got a deal with French, right, with the French, right, we've paid all these millions and millions. If they can't stop them from coming across, what we should do to say, if you're serious about it, what we do then, we'll come out halfway. If you miss them, we'll pick them up and we'll bring them back to you. But I bet they won't do it.
Well, let me just tell you, I wrote down exactly what they've said in the past about immigration. So Liz Truss has said she would continue deporting migrants to Rwanda. She's also said border force would be increased by 20%, and she would increase the maritime border force by 50%, which is a sizable increase. Now, in terms of Rishi Sunak, he says, I have a 10-point plan. I want to cap refugee numbers. He wants to withhold additional money to countries refusing to take back failed asylum seekers and criminals, and wants to use cruise ships to house immigrants. So clearly both of them have spelt out what they would do. Based on that, who would you favour?
Liz Truss, to be honest. I think that last night's debate, I think, to be honest, Sunak was disgraceful.
Did you?
I think what he tried to do, he tried to overpower the show. He wouldn't let her speak properly. He was attacking all the time. He was stopping her from getting the last sentence out. And to me, the person who was interviewing the lady, she couldn't control him. It just seemed to me he had something to say. He was going to say it, no matter what.
And why do you think he behaved like that?
To be honest, I think he knows he's losing it. I think she will win. I think he knows it. But I just think he completely lost it last night. I was watching, I thought to myself, give it a chance. But he wouldn't, you know what I mean? He just jumped in all the time. So I hope tonight's one, who's ever to interview him, if he starts doing that tonight, that it gives Liz Truss a chance, you know what I mean, to say what she wants to say.
Yeah, it's a really good point. So Kate McCann's doing tonight's one, and I hope she's going to be much firmer than Sophie Rayworth. I agree completely with what you said. I didn't think it was fair, actually, the refereeing of that match last night. Thank you very much indeed. Thomas, very quickly, let's go to Pam in Suffolk, sunny Suffolk. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
So what point would you like to make?
I listened to the debate debate last night, and I heard Rishi Sunak say about our children this and our children that and what children were going to inherit and everything else. I also listened when he said what an education he had,
Yeah.
and how proud he was of it, and how proud he was of what his parents had done for him. And then he turns out and he's so rude. It's a pity they didn't learn him some manners.
Very well said. I mean, it's really interesting. I've just been accused by someone. Let me just find that. But apparently, someone said here that they felt I was being very unfair to Rishi Sunak. But oh, here we are. This is Jill saying, "Here we go again. The daily assassination of Rishi Sunak by David Bull on talkTV with his sidekick Peter Cardwell." But you agree with me. I agree. I wrote down on my notes last night. I wrote down rude and petulant.
What example was last night him keep button in and being so rude? What example did that send for our children?
Yeah, did it change your mind about Rishi Sunak? Did you like him before that?
I don't like him at all, no.
Why don't you like him then?
I don't think he hasn't got the clue as to what the normal public are going through. He has no idea he's on a completely different planet to the people who are struggling to pay the bills, to feed their children and everything else. I mean, God almighty, it's desperate. They're desperate, poor people, and I just think he doesn't have a clue.
Do you feel Liz Truss does?
Yes, I think she do. I think I think she's more honest. I think she's more sincere. And I think she has a better idea with her feet down on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So she's obviously offering something slightly different. He is obviously saying we need to balance the economy, then we have tax cuts. She's saying, right, no, people are really hurting, we need tax cuts now. And that appeals to you?
Yeah, I think just by wearing an expensive suit and a very expensive pair of trousers doesn't make you a good person or a decent person, as we saw last night.
Indeed. There's a very good question that's come in from Dougie Malpass saying to me, why would someone worth hundreds of millions of pounds with that in the bank want to run the country for £2,000 a week? What's your view on that?
What, last night?
Yeah, no, so why would Rishi Sunak want to do it, given that he's got all this money? Just very quickly.
It's for the status, isn't it?
You think? Yeah. Well, thank you very much indeed to you, Pam. Thank you very much indeed for your comments. So, what did you make of last night's debate? And, of course, tonight we've got this very exciting debate happening in just 90 minutes' time. Of course, this is going to be pivotal. We've got Rishi Sunak versus Liz Truss. And who is going to be Britain's next Prime Minister? This is talkTV, broadcasting live from the Talk Radio studios.